Hi, I'm Justin Jensen, and welcome to my channel. It's not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles, or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust, sweat, and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs and may fall again and again, because there is no effort without error or shortcoming. Teddy Roosevelt. Hello, how's everybody doing today? Hope you're doing well. We are waiting on this affidavit. It should be coming through soon. Oh crap, I just lost it where I was going to show you. What's going on? I haven't got it emailed or anything to me yet. What does this say? How's everyone doing this morning? I hope you're well. Anyone else trying to be patient, waiting for the hearing? It's at 9:30 their time. Let's see here. So about 35 more minutes. It should start. Hearing 1/5/23, 9:30 a.m., which is what is it? 11:30 our time, Eastern, and 522 South Adams Street, Moscow, Idaho. Tanya Dodge, Clerk of Court. I certify that on this day that I served and copied, attached to William Warford Thomas Jr. Okay, and this is not okay. So we are waiting for those affidavits to come through. Anybody who doesn't remember, this is from last night. Who is it going to be televised? No, it's not going to be televised from what I understand, but it's going to be very similar to the way they did it in Pennsylvania, for what I understand. Now, there may be able to, I don't know if they'll be able to tweet. But I know like the news is still going to cover it while they are in there. So if anybody wants to call in, you are welcome to call in. I will put the phone number up. 307-228-4906. Let me know, tell me, who watched Bryan fly into Moscow last night. And wasn't that a bunch of fun? Not. Hello.
Hello, my dear.
Hello, dear.
This is totally off subject, so I'm going to get it in on the front end.
Yes.
I have had to um, dis- disactivate or whatever my damn debit card again,
Don't worry
and
about
it
it.
looks like it. I've still got the same account number, so it let me use my husband's. But I hope make sure I'm still on
I'm
Patreon.
sorry.
But I got to do it here. It said everything showed up. But let me tell you, don't trust Oprah. Nobody trusts Oprah ever again.
Oprah?
I was looking at an ad and I was going to buy, and I know this is stupid. I should
Allegedly.
have been smarter.
In your
My
opinion,
husband's an
don't
IT
trust it.
guy.
Hold on just one second. In your opinion,
Exactly.
don't trust Oprah.
Well, I was sitting there and she had a little. It was an ad in between like my solitary
Thank you,
game,
Stacy.
and so I just was reading it. And it was like, oh, these gummies that you eat 3 times a day, and you just get weight off quick. Like you eat them right before you eat, and it just melts it right away. And
Mhm.
you get your free bottle if you order right now. So the price is supposed to be $44 for 2 bottles, and then you get one free. They charged me $200, and my husband was like, "What the?"
No doubt.
And you used to could stop payment. Like I remember way back in the tech days,
Yep.
you would just stop payment. They were like, "No, we're gonna have to cancel your debit card." So it's all still on my husband's account. Like I said,
By the way,
Patreon went down.
by the way, Barbara made a good point. A lot of these companies, they'll put Oprah on there. They'll put like Dr. Phil, a lot of other people, and it's not actually them endorsing it.
Oh, and see, I went to the site. It was like keto, and I thought, oh, keto, because that's supposed to be everybody's losing weight with this keto diet. So I went to their website, and they're like, if you bought it from a third party, we're not responsible for refunds or what have you. So this is the second time in I don't know how many months, in 4 months that this is my second debit card that has been canceled.
I don't. Why won't they? I mean, that's crazy. They won't let you stop a payment or whatever.
Well, they said they may like try to charge me a monthly subscription and then just keep sending the medicine or the gummies or whatever.
Yeah.
Which are probably like gummies from the Exxon. I could probably go up there and get a bag of gummies and they're just as good.
Did you call them and say what the hell?
No, there was no number, no nothing. I didn't get a receipt by email. I didn't get anything.
That's crazy.
So they're sending me an affidavit. I took a screenshot of where it showed the 2 bottles, 45, get one free, and they saw where it charged, me $200. So they said in 90 days I may get the $200 back.
It's probably like a call center with like 2 wires, from somewhere in like, Zimbabwe or something like that,
Right.
And the call center. Because listen, when I lived in Texas for a minute, I was really young, and I was out west, and like there was this little call center that I went into to work for. I was like, hi, I'd like to apply for an application. They're like, here you go, you want to start? And I'm like, when can I start? And they're like, well, can you be here at 12:30 tomorrow? I was like, well, sure, yeah, I'll come, like that.
Wow, okay.
So I went in, and like like the almost like the Asian tables where like you sit on the ground and the table, like
You were on a pillow?
No, I wasn't on a pillow, but I was on. I mean, it was like they were like kindergarten chairs that you sat on, and then this person next to me was like trying to train me, and I lasted literally 15 minutes. I said, "I'm sorry, this just isn't going to
Right, I know. And my husband is a huge IT guy,
Yeah.
and I know I'm not going to give somebody my bank account information if they email me, and I'm not going to click on this link and all that. But I thought this is an ad, and it's Oprah, and who's that? Not Dr. Phil, but who's the doctor that gets dark hair?
Dr. Oz.
Yeah, he was on there pointing, and it was showing your intestines and how it eats the fat. And
those are fake.
Yeah.
Those are fake ads. Those are fake ads.
Oh,
they are. They really are.
Well, happy New Year. That was
all right.
Okay.
That's all right.
So
dear.
if you say I'm not on anything,
don't you
I
worry.
should be on Pearls, and I should still be a Patreon. And if not,
you're fine. We'll get
shoot me an email, and I'll put it on through my husband's debit card.
You're fine, honey. Thank you so much for calling.
All right, love. Well, I'm so excited to see what. Well, I mean, I'm not excited, but I'm anxious to see what comes out.
Yes.
In Mr. Bryan.
Yes. Pat says, he said earlier, don't trust okra. Okra. Don't eat okra, people. All right. Thanks, Camille. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye, love.
Bye-bye. Sorry, we took a little bit of a detour there. A minute. So where was I? We got about 30 minutes before it's supposed to start. Man arrested.
Washington State grad student accused of the murders of 4 college students returns to Moscow, Idaho. This is some video of that suspect, Bryan Kohberger, arriving at the Latah County Jail last night. Authorities expect to move quickly on his first court appearance, which could happen as early as this morning. We're also awaiting the probable cause documents. Those would shed light on how authorities identified Kohberger as a suspect, leading to last week's arrest at his parents' home in Pennsylvania. It is still unknown how the 28-year-old is connected to those 4 victims who were found stabbed to death in their Moscow home back in November. Investigators still searching for a motive and for the weapon used in that attack, which claimed the lives of 20-year-old Ethan Chapin from Skagit County, along with 3 others.
It was just like totally jarring, totally shocking to realize that this person that had been, kind of grading my papers was, allegedly this like horrible murderer.
Latah County prosecutors believe Kohberger broke into the victim's home intending to commit murder. Those killings spread widespread fear throughout the University of Idaho campus and the surrounding community.
4:37 now, a new overnight from the live desk. We are.
Well, first of all,
okay, I don't know what that is. Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
Good. I just have a quick question.
Okay.
Now, this whole thing was a really active activity that he supposedly has done, right? Can sweat be used as DNA?
Sweat? Yes, of course. Mm-hmm.
I just never heard anybody talking about it. All we hear is, blood and stuff. I was like, he had to have been leaking sweating bullets for doing all that activity.
Yes, yeah. I'm pretty sure.
I looked into it, and there you can find someone's age. The big thing was someone's diet, like vegan.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of other stuff you can find through sweat, I found out.
Mm-hmm.
I just didn't know if it was like DNA.
Yeah, you sure can. You sure can. If it comes off of you, there's DNA in it, pretty much.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've never heard anybody bring that up yet. I'm
I
like,
wanna
he
check.
had to have been sweating bullets.
Yeah, yeah, that's a good point. That is a good point. Thank you, Elsie. That is a very good point. I never thought of that. Yeah, he would have sweat. Someone just said, I have mentioned DNA from sweat and saliva. Yep, that's exactly right.
Because they were really studied at the door. I keep seeing the only thing they showed a lot was
I did
maybe
not think of that.
swabbing at the windows and the door, which would maybe be a place where you would take off a suit or clothes so you wouldn't crack it outside.
Mm-hmm. Yes, whenever
And that would be,
I did 23andMe, Jerry, just like and like when you do your 23andMe, you spit into this vial and you just keep spitting into it till you fill it up to the line. It's so nasty. But yeah, any liquids that come from you, anything that comes from your body, there's DNA in it. It's what makes up us.
okay, the other thing I had was I haven't heard anybody, I haven't been on every live chat and every channel, of course, but I looked up, you know, stabbing, unaliving, and different ways people got caught. And a few of them that caught my eye were Amazon Alexa and Echo that literally caught it in the action, recorded it, and
Yes.
reused it. What?
Yep. I actually brought that up a couple weeks ago, I think. Whether we like it or not, or realize it or not, if we have, if even if it's on our phone, like we have, hey, we say, hey Google, or hey Alexa, or anything, it is constantly listening. It is constantly, and it does take bits of recordings, from what I understand. So yeah, it's definitely possible.
Okay, yeah, and the last thing I had was I keep going back to, like, you hear the roommates that were still alive and all that, and I kind of feel like Bryan studied, like, maybe one specific roommate that was unalive her whole life, knew that Jack was the ex, that they're fighting, and they shared a dog, so to leave the dog so it looked suspicious. Leave the roommate so there'd be more people that would be on the radar because they were alive and everybody else wasn't, and maybe he knew the crazy neighbor that juggled knives. Like, literally, I feel like he knew the area and almost maybe could have broken into that girl's car a few houses down and watched to see how far the cops would look into it.
Yeah. Well, we just don't know yet. But we're going to learn a lot. We're going to learn a lot now. Or it could be that one of them screamed and he got freaked out, and he left, and that scream literally saved two of their lives.
Yeah, I did hear a recording of someone saying that and all that, but he doesn't look like the type to get scared and run away. Literally, he's been driving the car to the scene, driving it around the town. Like, if he knows so much, why did he mess so much up?
It's a good question. I don't know. I think it's just more of his ego, to be honest with you. And this, did the neighbors, we don't know, like, did the neighbors, his neighbors, did his students call in, and about his car and say, hey, this guy, my teacher, he's a little weird. He studied, I don't know, but he drives a white Elantra. He doesn't really hang out with a lot of people. So, you just never know.
And the last problem that got to me, this is my last one, sorry, but in high school, I was blamed in freshman year for something I really didn't do.
Mm-hmm.
And they literally put something in my bag, and I didn't have friends, and everybody ganged up on me, and it was something really bad that caused a lot of problems with people. And I got expelled out of the whole school district. Like, I could never go back. I had to go to a school full of really bad people that did really bad stuff, like some bad people. And I was the only one that wasn't like that at that school. And because I didn't have friends to back me up, and I was the quiet one, kind of like him, it kind of thought back to me like, he seems like he wouldn't have alibi, nobody to back him up, but he goes to a school full of the same people that do the same stuff he knows.
Right. Well, I'm sorry that happened to you. Yeah. Well, thank you for sharing your comments. We appreciate you calling. Please call back, okay?
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Yeah, a lot of things can happen in school and all of that, and it can last a long time. 510, thank you for calling.
What's up, Justin, my brother?
Hello, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good.
I just popped on, so I'm not sure if you've already touched on it, but that Crime Circus 2 hours ago dropped another video, and in it, have you heard about the mother writing into a newspaper and talking about Ted Bundy and defending kind of him? Have you seen that?
No.
Yeah, she wrote into a newspaper her full name, middle name, and everything. So Brian's mother came in and was like, it's despicable what Ted Bundy did, but it also was despicable for people to clap when there was the funeral thing. People were clapping that Ted Bundy was dead.
Right.
And the other thing he was also touching on is there's a lot of Facebook stuff that he's also tying in. So he kind of bounces with all of the social media possibilities that him, commenting and all that stuff,
Uh-huh.
So I just, I'm trying to internalize what I only watched it once, but I'm telling you that there is a lot of great stuff. I sent you and Jim a text, sending you the video link and all that stuff.
Oh,
it seems like every time I send you something, you go live and you probably don't catch it. And you probably got thousands in there, trying to hit you up.
I gotta lie.
But Crime Circus, Drip Drop, man, he's cutting edge. And
Thank you.
Hello? And he's really pointed. He has a different perspective when it comes to, he does his work and he really wants to be sharp.
Right.
So, and everybody out there, go hit up Crime Circus after.
I appreciate it.
Video,
I appreciate it.
Justice for All is the man.
Now, you please advertise me on his channel now, okay? Thank you.
Hit the like. Hit the like.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Justice for All.
Hello, 647. Thank you for calling.
Oh, hi, Justin.
Hello.
We spoke a couple days ago. I'm the one that followed that passed.
How are you doing, dear?
I'm so happy to be back with everyone here. Like I said, looking stunning today. I love your coordination.
Thanks.
I just want to say, I'll be brief. I just want to say one thing. I've been thinking a lot about this. And I know today, we're all anticipating this, release of this affidavit and more information. However, I think people are speculating, he'll represent himself. He's going to sing like Canary. He lawyered up so fast in Pennsylvania and Idaho that there's no way that I don't think that he will speak because he has a lawyer. And it seems like the lawyer that he has in Idaho is actually, for a public defender, quite competent.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think I wish this guy would just come out and tell us all what happened, but I have a feeling that we're not going to get this. I don't think he's going to say anything.
Do you mean you don't think Brian's going to say anything?
Yeah, I think because you're all speculating, he's so smart, he's so that. Well, a smart person and someone in his background would say, get a lawyer and zip your lip.
Oh, he has an attorney.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. I think that, we're all hoping for this massive spill of information from him.
Not going to happen.
But based off of his,
No.
his behavior of getting lawyers and,
No.
It's just the way that they've all been behaving.
Yeah.
His family included. I really don't think that we're going to be privy to as much information as we would like to be.
Right.
Like the chat sort of agree to disagree. I mean, the advice is if you're arrested for a crime, get a lawyer. Innocent or guilty, get a lawyer.
Of course.
And that's the first thing he did, meaning, and he would know that. He would know, get a lawyer, and he doesn't have to say a word. So, all this, I hope that with the affidavit they do release some information, but as we know, there was that gag order placed. So I don't know if that means they'll redact the document, protect his integrity. Anyway, I just wanted to say hi to you, call back in again, and here you are bright and early.
Okay. Hey guys, I wanted to so just a little bit of breaking information. Bryan Kohberger's I need to turn this phone off. I'm going to turn this phone off so I can talk to this breaking news, son. Okay. Oh, she ended her call. 1 second. Bryan Kohberger's sister allegedly starred in a horror film. You heard that right. You heard that right. Thank you, Camilla. That's sweet. That's sweet. Yes. So a couple things I need to address because the phone was ringing and everything was going on. First of all, Rock Everything. Tell me what, mods, please tell Rock Everything. I was supposed to answer a question or something to that effect. Second of all, the court is going to allow cameras inside, but they're not going to allow them live. And once the court is over, they will be able to play it then. So the whole family is cuckoo. Pretty much. I do have the phone off for just 1 second so I can concentrate on at least 3 things. Okay, here we go. Here's the official trailer.
When I was a little girl, I got lost in the woods. It took them 2 days to find me. Since then, I've avoided the woods.
Until now.
We've learned that a group of forestry students are planning to go up the mountain and cut trees in protected woodlands.
So you mean to tell me that some companies willing to pay us $1,000 over fall break?
That's the deal. We leave Friday, 2 days to get there, 2 days work, and 2 days back.
You think those guys over there are really plotting the end of the world?
I'll bet whatever they are talking about is not good for the planet.
We need to follow them up there and document what they're doing.
Hey, how come only a half a dozen trees are marked?
No skid trails, no landing? That doesn't make any sense.
Where's Chase?
This is Emma, Steve, and Ben. Their friend got hurt.
I think it would be safer if we were to stay here with people who know what they're doing.
What is it?
Cabin down there? Maybe they have a phone.
Guys, I have to step away for 1 minute. I'll be right back. I apologize.
It's just a hunter's cabin. Season hasn't even started yet. There won't be anybody there.
I'm not leaving you.
Italy's top court threw out a conviction of American woman Amanda Knox for the 2007 murder of her British flatmate because of glaring errors in the case against her, a document showed on Monday. The brutal stabbing of 21-year-old Meredith Kircher prompted a zigzag of contradictory rulings, which ended in March with the acquittal of Knox and her Italian boyfriend Raffaele Solicito, casting an uncomfortable spotlight on Italy's legal system. The third person accused of the murder, Ivory Coast-born.
Holy moly, Iran. Sorry. Okay, so Justin's going to get a strike if he keeps playing, I know. I won't monetize the video, so that'll be okay. What am I doing? Okay, now we're going to Bryan Kohberger's sister starred in a horror movie where young people get stabbed. And that is correct. Before I do that, I want to show you guys what Brian Eaton said. Initial appearances at 9:30 their local time, which is 5 minutes from now. Let me see. It says in line to get into Bryan Kohberger's hearing. Unclear exactly what time it will start, but then 35 minutes ago he said 9:30. And then they put a helmet on him last night. Did y'all notice that? It's amazing. Anyway, so they did say video will be allowed, but can't put it out until after the hearing. So right after that, we should get the affidavit. We are waiting on that. It's an hour and 5 minutes from. It's only 8:24 here. Let me see what time it is. Current time in Idaho. It's 9:24 in Idaho. That's what my right? Moscow's Pacific. Perfect. Oh my God, I did not know that. Crap. I thought Idaho was just one freaking dime. Of course. Moscow's got to be different. Could you be more Pacific, Kelly, Carrie, Camilla, Holly? I see you. Perfect. I need to get this out so I can sleep. Okay. Rock. What you need to get out. Janice, thank you so much. It's very kind of you. Appreciate it. Oh my God. So Boise is different from Moscow. Jesus to goodness. So we can get you for an hour ahead of time. Exactly. Rock everything. You can call. Yes, I'll let you call. All right, go ahead and call. Just rock right now. Let me. Okay, we'll finish what we started here then, I guess. That's so funny. Who knew? I hate time zones too, but you gotta have time zones. I really hate the time change. That's what I really don't like. I've been thinking like I've always Googled, what time is it in Idaho? Not what time is it in Moscow, Idaho. Thank you, Karen. Check. Okay, just 1 second. I'm just waiting for what's his name? What's the Rock Everything to call. And if yes, guys, if you don't mind giving a thumbs up, I would greatly appreciate it. Okay. So Bryan Kohberger's sister starred in a horror movie where young people get stabbed. The sister of accused Idaho College killer Bryan Kohberger starred in a gory, low-budget slasher movie where characters are brutally stabbed, slashed, and hacked to death with knives and hatchets. Amanda Kohberger appeared as Lori in the 2011 flick, quote, the movie's called 2 Days Back, about a group of young students who go hiking in the remote woods and meet their grisly end at the hands of a maniac killer who has won their trust. Some of these movies, they're just so ridiculous, like especially like the old low budget movies. We're like, oh my god. It bears eerie similarities to the knife attack in remote Moscow, Idaho, that left 4 young college students dead in their beds. Crimes of which Bryan now stands accused. Quote, "You're effing kidding me. Her brother is that guy? Question mark. GD, man, holy cow," said 2 Days Back director Kevin Boone when reached out by the Post Wednesday. So I guess the director of that movie, Kevin Boone, was like, holy cow, you're kidding. He couldn't believe it. Boone is a professor of English and media studies. Hello.
Oh, hey, is this Justin Sproul?
Yes. Is this Rock?
Oh, huh?
Is this Rock?
No, I just had asked if you guys had a panel to call into, and then somebody put the number on there. Sorry. If he calls in, though, you can just...
Okay, he's calling in. Hold on 1 second. 425.
Hey, Justin.
Hey, is this Rock?
Yeah, this
Okay.
is Rock.
Okay,
Hey,
good.
hey.
Hey.
How you doing, bud?
Good, how are you?
Good. So I wanted to state a couple of things. I've always been like an empath, like my whole life. And from the very beginning of this case, I said this was kind of a SK situation. And nobody agreed with me. Like all the true crime channels were like, no, it's somebody they knew. And I was just like, no, I don't think so.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden, probably about 4 hours ago, it all clicked in my brain of, I don't know for sure, obviously, but in my brain, the motive became clear to me, and it was a hatred of that beautiful and successful type of person.
Mm-hmm.
And I really wanted to get that out there because I feel like I think that might come up later. But I don't think that he knew them. I don't think that he might have knew them in passing. He might have come across them. He might have been acquaintances with them.
Yeah, I think there's a link, but it's not a. It's not like an intimate link of any sort of relationship, friendship, or anything like that. It's a casual, I waited on you at the restaurant kind of thing.
Yes, exactly. But it came to me full force about 4 hours ago that this was a hatred thing.
Uh-huh.
And I wanted to really put that out there because I feel strongly that that's what it was, and that he doesn't like successful, beautiful people. I could be wrong,
Mm-hmm.
but I just wanted to put it out there and let the discussion go from there. And because this guy, he was obviously like, nothing against people that don't fit in at all. Nothing against that. But he just, as soon as I seen him, it didn't, like, I got really bad vibes from him.
Sure.
Just immediately.
Yeah.
But I wanted to, I just wanted to put that out there. But I won't take up more of your time. But
Well,
I really wanted to put that out there and wanted to say that because I think that. What do you think? Do you think that I could be right?
Yeah, I mean, I think in your opinion, in my opinion, I think that from what I'm understanding, you're saying, I do think that there is a link. I think it's a hatred for females of some sort, whether he feels wronged, whether one of the victims reminds him of someone, or he is fascinated, anything like that.
I don't think that's it. I don't think that he has anything against females. I think that it's just a hatred of beautiful and successful people.
Yeah, but there's I mean, to have a hatred or to have an emotion of something, you have to associate it with something in your life. And that's exactly what I'm saying. He's got to associate it with something. So, but anyway, thank you so much for calling. I do appreciate it. We're just going, once this affidavit comes out, hopefully it's going to tell us more. And call back in and we can talk about it.
Okay, thank you so much, Justin.
Thank you, honey.
Have a good day.
You too. Enjoy your day. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
Okay, very good. So, I mean, was he successful? I mean, he's 28. He was, I think probably, obviously, Bryan would have had a lot more if he obviously didn't do drugs. Notification. Okay, what am I looking? I see you. Please text me because that link I'm going to, it just sends me to a basic forum before I break this. Hold on one second. Sylvia, thank you for the Cash App or the Venmo. Thank you. Bear with me, guys. I'm trying to figure out. What? Jesus to goodness. Try this. It's not working. It's just new scroll to the bottom. I mean, is it under the smart search? I see you. Hold on, I'm just going to have to call you because I can't keep texting and holding up everybody. 1 second, guys. Hey, what do I look under? Hold on. Okay. All right. Very good. Thanks. Bye-bye. Okay. Thank you, guys. Having ICU send that to me, and we'll get to that in just a moment. All right, so let's get to this is the sister, and Boone, a professor of English and Media Studies at Penn State, explained he made the film with students and cast aspiring actress Amanda Kohberger after an open audition. And this is Amanda. She's a beautiful girl. And this is the movie that it's about. Wasn't she in Dirty Dancing? No. Yes, now she's a therapist. Thank you, Tracy. We had to work hard to be successful. Attractive weight loss. I don't think he liked that look, as though it came so easy. For others, like, yeah, you could be right. And you know what I was saying. That's speaking. Thank you for that. But that's what I was talking about before. I was talking to ICU. You know, I think he was, relatively successful as far as academically and all of that, but he also had an addiction problem, and he had a lot of, problems, it appears. But, I don't think he was like, I mean, his parents filed bankruptcy twice, right? He didn't come from money or anything like that. And this is the movie that Brian's sister was in 2 days back. Interesting. And he says, I remember her well. I directed the movie, wrote the movie, I cast her. She said, quote, she is a lovely woman who was very nice. I liked her a lot, end quote. The film follows a group of, quote, environmentally conscious students who go into the woods on a 60-day mission to catch forestry events. Forestry students suspect of illegal foresting, according to the film's promotional materials. Things go quickly wrong as students go missing and are found slashed by knives and left to bleed out, hacked with a hatchet caught in a bear trap, and at least one character is killed, then bound to a tree. Multiple students end up getting murdered by a twisted pier with a previously unknown connection to the woods, but not Amanda's Lori, which is aka Brian's sister, the character she played in the movie. As things start to get weird, she flees and is seen safely back on the campus at the end of the film. Lori turns her back onto other people and takes off, but she's not one of the ones that is murdered. And I'm guessing that I'm thinking this is her. One of 7. That's interesting. I think, yeah, this is her. I'm pretty sure. This is them doing, I guess, filming the movie. And this is her in court the other day, right? What was I going to say? Okay. Did you send that ICU on the PDF? Okay, I'll check real quick. Let me just check real quick. Okay. Okay. All right. What is this new document? I think it's just an outline. This one is just an outline of today. Case information. You probably can't see nothing. It's probably so small. Case information. State of Idaho plaintiff versus Bryan C. Kohberger defendant. Case number CR 29222805. Filed December 29th, 2022. Lead attorney Thompson William Warford Jr. Bryan Kohberger. Bryan C. Kohberger. His active attorneys, the lead attorney is Ann Taylor, which is court appointed. 94. What's this? Okay, so the charges right here that they are, as of now, charging for burglary, felony 11-13-22, murder, 4 counts of murder, felony 11-13-22, and events at hearing 12-29. Okay, so the probable cause order came out the 12th, the 29th, and all of it. Okay, just making sure we don't need to redacted, limited notice of appearance. They're not giving us nothing. Absolutely nothing. Second Amendment order governing courthouse and courtroom conduct. What's that? Okay. So that's is allowed to the hearing but can't air. Yes, Allie. For those that are just coming in, yeah, nobody can. You can't view the court hearing live, but after it is ended, the judge. Why did I just pop that back up again? The judge has agreed that we can, I guess, watch the court hearing after it is finished. News Nation has the affidavit, reading it over now. Hold on. Shit a brick. Did they get theirs yet? Hold on. Wait a second. Shit. Brian Enton. Come on. Okay, let me see if this... I haven't got mine yet. News Nation. Okay, 38 minutes ago. Okay. Okay, affidavit. Affidavit. Blake entered the residence on the bottom floor. Okay. Sergeant Blake and I responded to 1122 Kings Road, Moscow, Idaho. Can y'all see this? Okay. Hereafter, the King Road residence to assist with scene security and processing of a crime scene associated with 4 homicides. Upon our arrival, the Idaho State Police ISP forensic team was on scene and was preparing to begin processing the scene. MPD Officer OFC Smith, one of the initial responding officers to the incident, advised he would walk me through the scene. OFC Smith and I entered the King Road residence through the bottom floor door and nothing on the north side of the building. OFC Smith and I then walked upstairs to the second floor. OFC Smith directed me down the hallway to the west bedroom of the second floor, which I learned through Xana's driver's license and other personal belongings found in the room was Xana Kernodle, hereafter Kernodle's room. Just before their room, there was a bathroom door on the south hall of the hallway. As I approached the room, I could see a body, later identified as Xana, laying on the floor. Xana was deceased with wounds which appear to have been caused by an edged weapon. Okay. Based on interviews this evening in Bryan Chapin room. Just give me 1 second, guys. That's part of the affidavit. I have not. Okay, here's the first pages of the affidavit. Let's do this. Oh my God, I'm shaking. I'm literally shaking. One second, I gotta save these so I can zoom in on them. We are going to read all of this. Okay. Okay. Just give me 1 second, guys. Okay, who's ready? Ready? It may be a little bit. So those, we're ready. Okay. Exhibit A. I'm going to take me completely off the screen. It's still going to be small. Mods, trigger warning, because this is going to be a little difficult to read even. The below information by Brett Payne, who is duly appointed, qualified, and acting peace officer on the county of, I'm so nervous, state of Idaho. Brett Payne is employed by Moscow Police Department, who is officially in his official capacity, and has been trained and qualified peace officer for approximately 4 years. CPL Payne is being assisted by members of the Idaho State Police and agents of the FBI. On November 13, 2022, at approximately 4 p.m., Moscow Police Department Sergeant Blake and I responded to 1122 King Road, which is what I'm going to read this from the entirety, what I started reading just a little bit ago. Hereafter, the King Road residence. To assist with the scene and processing of crime scene associated with 4 homicides. Upon our arrival, the Idaho State Police ISP forensic team was on scene and was preparing to begin processing the scene. MPD Officer Smith, one of the initial responding officers to the incident, advised he would walk me through the scene. OFC Smith and I entered King Road residence through the bottom floor on the north side of the building. OFC Smith and I then walked upstairs on the second floor. OFC Smith directed me down the hallway on the west bedroom on the second floor, which I later learned through Xana's driver's license and other personal belongings found in the room was Xana Kernodle, hereafter Kernodle room. Just before this room, there was a bathroom door on the south of the hallway. As I approached the room, I could see a body, later identified as Xana, laying on the floor. Xana was deceased with wounds which appeared to have been caused by an edged weapon. Also in the room was a male, later identified as Ethan Chaplin. Ethan was also deceased with wounds later determined. Autopsy report provided by Spokane. Okay, now I've got to go to the next page. 1 second, guys. Okay. Okay. 1, 2. Just give me it. I apologize, but I feel like I'm missing a page here. 1, 2. Okay. I got it. I then followed OFC Smith upstairs on the 3rd floor to the residence. The 3rd floor consisted of 2 bedrooms and 1 bathroom. The bedroom on the west side of the floor was later determined to be Kaylee Gonclave's, hereafter Gonclave's, room. I later learned from the review of the Officer Nunez body cam there was a dog in the room when Moscow police officers initially responded. The dog belonged to Gonclave's and her ex-boyfriend, Jack D. I found out from my interview with Jack D on November 13, 2022, that he and Gonclaves shared the dog. OFC Smith then pointed out a small bathroom on the east side of the third floor. The bathroom shared a wall with Madison Mogan, hereafter Mogan, bedroom, which was situated on the southeast corner of the third floor. As I entered the bedroom, I could see two females in the single bed in the room. Both Goncalves and Mogan were deceased, with visible stab wounds. I later noticed what appeared to be a tan leather knife sheath laying on the bed next to Mogan's right side. That is new to us that we don't know about. When viewed from the door, the sheath was later processed and had K-bar USMC and the United States Marine Corps Eagle, Globe, and Anchor stamped on the outside of it. The Idaho State Lab later located a single source of male DNA, suspect profile, left on the button snap of the knife sheath. As part of the investigation, numerous interviews were conducted by Moscow Police Department, Idaho State Police detectives, and FBI agents. Two of the interviews include BF and DM. Both BF and DM were inside King Road residence at the time of the homicides and were roommates to the victims. BF bedroom was located on the east side of the first floor of King Road residence. Based on numerous interviews conducted by MPD officers, ISP detectives, and FBI agents, as well as my review of evidence, I have learned the following. On the evening of November 12th, 2022, Chaplin and Kernodle are seen by BF and the Sigma House of the University of Idaho campus at 735 Nez Perce Drive from approximately 9 p.m. on November 12th to 1:45 a.m. on November 13th. Also estimated that approximately 1:45 a.m. Chaplin and Kernodle returned to King Road residence. BF also stated that Chaplin did not live in the King Road residence, but was a guest of Kernodle. Goncalves and Mogan were at a local bar on Club Corner Club at 202 North Main Street in Moscow. Goncalves Mogan can be seen on video footage provided by the Corner Club between 10 p.m. on November 12th and 1:30 a.m. on November 13th. At approximately 1:30 a.m., Goncalves and Mogan can be seen on video at a local food vendor called the Grub Truck. Okay. Which page is this? This is 3. Okay. Just give me a second, guys. I gotta pull it up. Okay, 4 of 19. Okay, here we go. Okay. Based upon numerous interviews conducted by MPD officers, ISP detectives, and FBI agents, as well as my review of evidence, I have learned the following. Okay, I already read that part. At the Grub Truck on 318 Main Street in downtown Moscow. The Grub Truck live streams video from their food truck at the streaming platform Twitch, which is available for public viewing on their website. The video was captured by law enforcement. A private party, name redacted in this, reported that he provided a ride to Gonclaves and Mogan at approximately 1:56 a.m. from downtown Moscow in front of the Grubhub truck to the King Road residence. DM and BF both made statements during the interview that indicated the occupants of King Road residence was home by 2 a.m. and asleep, or at least in their rooms, by approximately 4 a.m. There is, with the exception of Kernodle, who received a DoorDash order at the residence at approximately 4 a.m. Law enforcement identified the DoorDash delivery driver who reported this information. Okay. That is new to us. Okay. All right, next page. DM stated she originally went to sleep in her bedroom on the southeast side of the second floor. From DM stated she was awoken at approximately 4 a.m. by what she stated sounded like Gonclaves playing with her dog in one of the upstairs bedroom, which were located on the third floor. A short time later, DM said she heard who she thought was Gonclaves say something to the effect of, quote, "There's someone here," end quote. A review of records obtained from a forensic download of Kernodle's phone showed this could have been Kernodle, as her cellular phone indicated she was likely awake and using the TikTok app at approximately 4:12 a.m. DM stated she looked out of her bedroom but did not see anything when she heard the comment about someone being in the house. DM stated she opened her door a second time when she heard what she thought was crying coming from Kernodle's room. DN then said she heard a male's voice say something to the effect of, "It's okay, I'm going to help you," end quote. At approximately 4:17 a.m., a security camera located at 1112 King Road, a resident immediately at northwest of 1122 King Road, picked up distorted audio of what sounded like voices or a whimper, followed by a loud thud. A dog can be heard barking numerous times starting at 4:17 a.m. The security camera is less than 50 feet from the west wall of Kernodle's bedroom. DM stated she opened her door for the third time after she heard the crying and saw a figure clad in black clothing and a mask that covered the person's mouth and nose walking towards her. DM described the figure as 5'10" or taller male, not very muscular, but athletic build with bushy eyebrows. The male walked past DM as she stood in a frozen shock phase. Holy hell. The male walked towards the back sliding glass door. DM locked herself in her room after seeing the male. Am I alive? I can't even believe this. Locked herself in her room after seeing the male. DM did not state that she recognized the male. This leads investigators to believe that the murderer left the scene. The combination of DM's statements to law enforcement, reviews of forensic downloads and records from BF and DM's phone and video of a suspect video as described below leads investigators to believe the homicides occurred between 4 a.m. and 4:25 a.m. I'm fucking shaking. Give me a second, guys. I've got to pull these up. Just give me a second. I cannot believe this. I literally cannot believe this. DM stated she originally went to sleep in her bedroom on the southeast side of the second floor. DM stated she was awoken at approximately 4 8. I can't believe this. She was awoken at approximately 4 a.m. by what she stated sounded like Gonclaves playing with her dog in one of the upstairs bedrooms, which were located on the third floor. A short time later, DM said she heard who she thought was Gonclave say something. Okay, I already read this, didn't I? Yes, I already read this one. Okay. Okay, one second. Okay. I'm physically sick. I gotta find these pages, guys. I'm sorry. I'm really emotional right now. God damn it. Okay. It's not working for me right now. Fucking Christ. 5. Okay, here we go. Sorry, guys. I am a flippin' mess. These poor parents. After seeing the mail, DM did not state that she recognized the mail. The lead investigators to believe that the murderer left the scene. The combination of DM statements of law enforcement, reviews of forensic downloads of records from BF and DM's phone, and video of a suspect video as described below lead investigators to believe the homicides occurred between 4 and 4:25 a.m. During the process of the crime scene, investigators found a latent shoe print. This was located during the crime scene of the processing of the crime scene by the ISP forensic team by first using a presumptive blood test and then amino black, a protein stain that detects the presence of cellular material. The detected shoe print shows a diamond-shaped pattern similar to the pattern of a Vans type shoe sole just outside of the door of DM's bedroom, located on the second floor. This is consistent with DM's statement regarding the suspect's path of travel. As part of the investigation, an extensive search, commonly referred to the law enforcement as, quote, video canvas, end quote, was conducted in the area of King Road residence. This video canvas was to obtain any footage from the early morning hours of November 13th, 2022, in the area of King Road residence and surrounding neighborhoods in an effort to locate the suspect or suspect's vehicle traveling or leaving from King Road residence. This video canvas resulted in a collection of numerous surveillance videos in the area from both residence and business addresses. I have reviewed numerous videos that were collected and have been had conversations with other MPD officers, ISP detectives, and FBI agents that are similarly reviewing footage that was obtained. A review of common footage indicated that a white sedan, hereafter suspect vehicle 1, end quote, was observed traveling westbound in the 700 block of Indian Hills Drive in Moscow at approximately 3:26 a.m. and westbound at Steiner Avenue in Idaho State Highway 95 in Moscow at approximately 3:28 a.m. On this video, it appears suspect vehicle 1 was not displaying a front license plate. A review of footage from multiple video obtained from the King Road neighborhood showed multiple sightings of suspect vehicle 1 starting at 3:29 and ending at 4:20 a.m. These sightings show suspect vehicle 1 make an initial 3 passes by 1122 King Road residents and then leave via Wallenta Drive. Based off my experience as a parole officer, this is a residential neighborhood with a very limited number of vehicles that travel in the area during the early morning hours. Upon review of the video, there are only a few cars that enter and exit. Okay, now I need to go to 7. This is crazy, guys. This is crazy. At approximately 3:26 a.m. and westbound on spelling in front, let's me. I gotta find out where I left off because it cuts off at page and then suspect 1. Yeah, okay. Suspect 1 can be seen entering the 4th time at approximately 4:04 a.m. It can be seen driving eastbound on King Road, stopping and turning around in front of 500 Queen Road, number 52, and then driving westbound on King Road. They pulled in there. That's how they, okay. And then driving back westbound on King Road. When suspect vehicle 1 is in front of King Road residence, it appeared to unsuccessfully attempt to park on around in the road. The vehicle then continued to the intersection of Queen Road and King Road, where it can be seen completing a 3-point turn and then driving eastbound again down Queen Road. Suspect vehicle 1 is seen departing in the area of King Road residence at approximately 4:20 a.m. I was just trying to see what 3. Okay. At a high rate of speed at 4:20 a.m. Vehicle 1 is next observed traveling southbound on Wallenta okay, I already read that part to you. Right, okay. Law enforcement provides, okay, they just repeated it. I believe the suspect 1 is likely exited the neighborhood on Palouse Road Drive. Palouse River Drive is the southern edge of Moscow and proceeds into Whitman County, Washington. Eventually, the road leads to Pullman, Washington. Pullman, Washington is approximately 10 miles from Moscow, Idaho. Both Pullman and Moscow are small college towns, and people commonly travel back and forth to them. Law enforcement officers provided video footage of suspect 1 to forensic examiners with the FBI that regularly utilize surveillance footage to identify the year, make, and model of an unknown vehicle that is observed by one or more cameras during the commission of a criminal offense. The forensic examiner has approximately 35-year law experience with 12 years at the FBI. His specific training includes identifying unique characteristics of vehicles and how he uses a database that gives visual clues of one second. I gotta download these pages. It's coming out like in sections right now, so Okay, this is 7 of 19, 6 of 19, 8 of 19. Okay, 8 of 19. I know, Princess Jasmine. You're right. I can't believe they didn't call. I'm just going to be honest with you. Like, sorry. Suspect vehicle likely exited the neighborhood. Okay, I already read that part. Law enforcement officers provided video footage of the suspect forensic examiners, 35 years, read that. After reviewing numerous observations of the vehicle, the forensic examiner initially believed the suspect vehicle one was a 2011 to 2013 Hyundai Elantra. Upon further review, he indicated it could also be a 2011 to 2016 Hyundai Elantra. As a result, investigators have been reviewing information on persons in possession of a vehicle that is a 2011 to 2016 white Hyundai Elantra. Investigators were given access to video footage on a Washington State University campus located in Pullman, Washington. A review of that video indicated that approximately 2:44 a.m. on November 13th, 2022, a white sedan, which was consistent with the description of the white Elantra known as Suspect 1, was observed at WSU, Washington State University, right? Surveillance cameras traveling northbound on Southeast Nevada Street and Northeast Stadium Way at approximately 2:53 a.m. A white sedan, which consists with the description of the white Elantra known as Suspect Vehicle 1, was observed traveling southeast on Nevada Street in Pullman, Washington, towards SR 270. SR 270 connects Pullman, Washington to Moscow, Idaho. The camera footage from Pullman, Washington was provided to the same FBI forensic examiner. The forensic examiner identified the vehicle observed in Pullman, Washington as being a 2014 to 2016 Hyundai Elantra. At approximately 5:25 a.m., a white sedan, which was consistent with the description of suspect vehicle 1, was observed on 5 cameras in Pullman, Washington, and the WSU campus. Okay. I need pages 9. Give me 1 second, guys. Sorry, they're coming in bunches, guys, so you just have to be patient with me. Give me a second. I know y'all were like ready to hear it, but it's just taking time for everybody right now to get it. I know it's frustrating to wait. I'm frustrated too. Just bear with me. I don't know about you guys, but I am shocked. Like, literally shocked. God, come on. Sorry. 43. I wish I just had like a PDF. I still haven't gotten. Just give me 1 second, guys. I'm really sorry, but I think the system is so freaking overloaded right now that like it's taking everyone so long to get it. I literally think Twitter just broke. Okay. Read that. God damn it. Let me see if this better be good if somebody's texting me right now. Okay, I think I got another one, maybe. I just need page fucking 9. Hold on. Let me try this. Hold on. Hold on. I think I got it now. Page 5. Do y'all hear my phone? Yes, please send it to my email, PDF. Oh, okay, hold on, I got it. Okay, I got it. Thank you so much, whoever just sent that to me. Okay, I'm gonna pop it like this. Kenny, thank you so much. I appreciate you. God bless your little soul. Thank you. You saved my life. All right. Investigators were given access to the video footage of Washington State University, WSU campus located at Pullman, WA. A review of the video indicated at approximately 2:44 a.m. on November 13th, a white sedan, which consisted of the description of the white Elantra in suspect 1, was observed at WSU surveillance camera traveling north on South Nevada Street on Northeast Stadium Way at approximately 2:53 a.m. A white sedan, which is consistent with the description of the white Elantra known as suspect 1, was traveling southeast on Nevada Street in Pullman, Washington towards SR 270. SR 270 connects Pullman, Washington to Moscow. The camera footage from Pullman, Washington was provided to the same FBI forensic examiner. The forensic examiner identified the vehicle observed in Pullman, Washington as being a 2014 to 2016 Hyundai Elantra. At approximately 5:25 a.m., a white sedan, which is consistent with the description of suspect 1, was observed on 5 cameras in Pullman, Washington, and WSU campus. The first camera that recorded the white sedan was located at 1300 Johnson Road in Pullman. The white sedan was observed traveling northbound on Johnson Road. Johnson Road leads directly back to West Palouse Drive or River Drive in Washington, which intersects with Cantoga Drive. The white sedan was then observed turning north on Bishop Boulevard and northwest on SR 270. At approximately 5:27 a.m., the white Elantra was observed on cameras traveling northbound on Stadium Way on Nevada Street, Stadium Way at Grimes Way, Stadium Drive at Wilson Road, and Stadium Way at Cougar Way. Depiction showing Moscow and Pullman. It's got a picture which it's very dark. Depiction showing the white Elantra's path of travel not to scale. Okay, and then we got white Elantra seeing WSU campus. White Elantra seen returning to WSU campus. It's got the red marks. 1630 North Dallas Valley. Arrows are cameras located, indicated vehicle's direction of travel. On November 25th, 2022, MPD asked area law enforcement agencies to be on the lookout for a white Hyundai Elantra in the area. On November 29th, 2022, at approximately 12:28 a.m., Washington State University WSU police officers Daniel Teningo queried white Elantra registered at WSU. As a result of that query, he located a 2015 white Elantra with Pennsylvania license plate LFZ8649. This vehicle was registered to Bryan Kohberger, hereafter Kohberger, residing at 1630 Northeast Valley Road, apartment 201, Pullman, Washington, 1630. Northeast Valley Road is approximately 3/4 of a mile for the intersection Stadium Way and Cougar Way. Last camera location that picked up the white Elantra. The same day at approximately 12:58 a.m., WSU officer Curtis Whitman was looking for a white Hyundai Elantra and located a 2015 white Hyundai Elantra at 1630 Northeast Valley Road in Pullman in a parking lot. 1630 Northeast Valley Road is an apartment complex that houses WSU students. Officer Whitman also ran the car and it returned to Kohberger with a Washington tag. I reviewed Kohberger's Washington State driver's license information and photograph. This license indicated that Kohberger is a white male with a height of 6 feet and weighs 185 pounds. Additionally, the photograph of Kohberger showed that he has bushy eyebrows. Kohberger's physical depiction is consistent with the description of the male DM saw inside the King Road residence on November 13th. Further investigations include a review of the county sheriff's deputy CPL Duke's body cams and reports show that on August 21st, 2022, Bryan Kohberger was detained as part of a traffic stop that occurred in Moscow, Idaho, by CPL Duke. At the time, Kohberger, who was the sole occupant, was driving a 2015 white Hyundai Elantra with Pennsylvania license plate LFZ 8649, which was set to expire on November 30th, 2022. They got this guy busted, in my opinion. Busted. Compelling evidence. The house down. Shady boots. Sorry. Okay, I continue. During the stop, which was recorded via a law enforcement body camera, Kohberger provided his phone number as redacted, last four digits 8458, hereafter the phone 8458 phone as his cellular telephone number. Investigators conducted electronic database queries and learned that the 8458 phone is a number issued by AT&T. On October 14, 2022, Bryan Kohberger was detained as part of a traffic stop by a WSU police officer. Upon review of that body cam and report of that stop, Kohberger was the sole occupant of driving the 2015 Hyundai Elantra with Pennsylvania plate LFZ 8649. On November 18th, 2022, according to WA state licensing, Kohberger registered the 2015 white Elantra with Washington and later received Washington plate CFB 8708. Prior to this time, the 2015 white Elantra was registered in Pennsylvania, which does not require a front license plate to be displayed. This was learned through communications with the Pennsylvania officer who is currently certified in the state of Pennsylvania. Based upon my own experience and communication with Washington law enforcement, I know that Idaho and Washington require front and back license plates to be displayed. Investigators believe that Kohberger is still driving 2015 white Elantra because his vehicle was captured on December 13, 2022 by a license plate reader in Loma, Colorado. Information provided by a query to a database. Kohberger's Elantra was then queried on December 15, 2022 by law enforcement in Hancock County, Indiana. On December 16, 2022, at approximately 2:26 p.m., surveillance video showed Kohberger's Elantra in Albrightville, Pennsylvania. The sole occupant of the vehicle was a white man whose description was consistent with Kohberger. Kohberger has family in Albrightville, Pennsylvania, learned through the TLO search and locate tool database query. Based upon information, hold on. I just got to drink something. Based upon information on the WSU website, Kohberger is currently a PhD student in criminology at Washington State University. Pursuant to records located by a member of the interview panel for Pullman Police Department, we learned that Kohberger's past education included an undergraduate in degrees in psychology and cloud-based forensics. These records also show Kohberger wrote an essay where he applied for an internship with the Pullman Police Department in the fall of 2022. Kohberger wrote in his essay he had interest in assisting rural law enforcement agencies with how to better collect and analyze technological data in public safety operations. You might need to, well, you can't brush up on that anymore, Brian. Kohberger was also posted a Reddit survey, which was found by an open source internet search. The survey asked for participants to provide information to, quote, understand how emotions and psychological traits influence decision making when committing a crime, end quote. As part of the investigation, law enforcement obtained search warrants to determine cellular device that utilized cellular towers in close proximity to King Road residents on, hold on. Crap, 1 second. Okay. On November 13th, 2022, between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m., after determining that Kohberger was associated to both the 2015 white Hyundai Elantra and the phone 8458 phone, investigators reviewed the search warrant returns. A query of 8458 phone in these returns did not show that the 8458 phone utilizing cellular towers resources in close proximity to the King Road residence close to 3 a.m. to 5 a.m. So they're saying that the phone did not show utilizing cellular tower resources in the close proximity to the King Road. Based upon my training experience and conversations with law enforcement officers that specialize in the utilization of cellular telephone records as part of the investigation, individuals can either leave their cellular phone at a different location before committing a crime or turn their cell phone off prior to going to the location to commit a crime. This is done by subjects in an effort to avoid alerting law enforcement that a cellular device associated with them was in the particular area where a crime is committed. I also know that on numerous occasions, subjects will surveil an area where they intend to commit a crime prior to the date of the crime. Depending on the circumstances, this could be done a few days before or for several months prior to the commission of a crime. During these times of surveillance, it is possible that an individual would not leave their cellular telephone at a separate location or turn it off since they did not plan to commit the offense on that particular day. On December 23rd, 2022, I applied for and was granted a search warrant for historical phone records between November 12th, 2022 at 12 a.m. and November 14th at 12 a.m. For the 8458 phone. Excuse me. Phone held by the provider AT&T approximately 24 hours preceding and following the times of the homicides. On December 23rd, 2022, pursuant to this search warrant, I received search records for the 8458 phone from AT&T. These records indicated that the 8458 phone is subscribed to Bryan Kohberger at the address in Albrightsville, Pennsylvania, and the account has been open since June 23rd, 2022. These records also include historical site location information, CSLI, for the 8458 phone. As receiving this information, I consulted the FBI special agent that is certified as a member of the Cellular Analysis Survey Team, CAST. Members of CAST are certified with the FBI to provide expert testimony in the field of historical CSLI and are required to pass extensive training that include both written and practical examinations prior to be certified with CAST, as well as the completion of a yearly certification requirements. Additionally, the FBI CAST SA that I consulted with has over 15 years of FBI enforcement experience, which includes 6 years at the FBI, federal law enforcement experience, which includes 6 years at the FBI from information provided by CAST. Okay, well, let me do it. I was able to determine estimated location for the 8458 phone from November 12th, 2022 to November 13th, 2022, the time period authorized by the court. On November 13th, 2022, at approximately 2:42 a.m., at 8458 phone was utilizing cellular resources that provided coverage at 1630 Northeast Valley Road, apartment G201, Pullman, Washington. Hereafter, the Kohberger residence. At approximately 2:47 a.m. at the 8458 phone utilized cellular resources that provided coverage southeast of the Kohberger residence, consistent with the 8458 phone leaving the Kohberger residence and traveling south through Pullman, Washington. This is consistent with the movement of the white Elantra. At approximately 2:47 a.m., the 8458 phone stops reporting to the network, which is consistent with either the phone being in an area without cellular coverage, the connection to the network disabled, such as putting the phone in airplane mode, or that the phone is turned off. The 8458 phone does not report the network again until approximately 4:48 a.m., at which time it utilizes cellular resources that provide coverage to ID State Highway 95 south of Moscow, Idaho, near Blaine, Idaho, before 4:50 a.m. and 5:20, or sorry, pardon me, redact that. Okay, sorry. Between 4:50 a.m. and 5:26 a.m., the phone utilizes cellular resources that are consistent with the 8458 phone traveling south on Idaho State Highway 95 in Genesee, Idaho, then traveling west towards Uniontown, Idaho, and then north back to Pullman, Washington. At approximately 5:30 a.m., the 8458 phone is utilizing resources that provided coverage to Pullman, Washington, and consistent with the phone traveling back to the Kohberger residence. The 8458 phone's movement are consistent with the movement of the white Elantra is observed with traveling north on Stadium Drive at approximately 5:27 a.m. Based upon a review of the 8458 phone's estimated location and travel of 8458 travels, the phone's travel is consistent with that of the white Elantra. Further review indicates that the 8458 phone utilized cellular resources on November 13, 2022 that are consistent with the 8458 phone leaving the area of the Kohberger's residence at approximately 9 a.m. and traveling to Moscow, Idaho. Specifically, the 8458 phone utilizes cellular resources that would provide coverage to the King Road residence between 9:12 a.m. And 9:21 a.m. Specific, really? Okay. The 8458 phone next utilized cellular resources that is consistent with the 8458 phone traveling back to the area of Kohberger residents that arrived to the area at approximately 9:32 a.m. Below is a depiction, not to scale, of the possible route taken based off the cellular site locations. And it is this one we were looking at before. Yep. Investigators found that 8458 phone did connect to a cell phone tower that provides service to Moscow on November 14th, 2022, but investigators do not believe the 8458 phone was in Moscow on that date. The 8458 phone was not connected to any towers that provided service to Moscow on that date. Based on my training experience as the fact of the investigators thus far, I believe that Kohberger, that the user of the 8458 phone was likely the driver of the white Elantra that is observed departing Pullman, Washington, and that this vehicle is likely suspected vehicle 1. Additionally, en route of traveling the 8458 phone during the early morning hours of November 13th, 2022, and the lack of the 8458 phone reporting to AT&T between 2:47 a.m. and 4:48 a.m. It consists with Kohberger attempting to conceal his location during the quadruple homicide that occurred at the King Road residence. On December 23rd, 2022, I was granted a search warrant for Kohberger's historical CSLI from June 23rd, 2022 to current, prospective location information, and a PIN register, trap, and trace at the 8458 phone number to aid in efforts to determine if Kohberger stalked any of the victims this case prior to the offense, conducted surveillance on the King Road residence, was in contact with any of the victims associated before or after the alleged offense, any locations that may contain evidence of the murder that occurred on November 13th, 2022, the location of the white Elantra registered to Kohberger, as well as the location of Kohberger. I need 1 second, guys. I'm sorry. Okay. On December 23rd, 2022, pursuant to the search warrant, I received historical records from the 8458 phone from AT&T from the time the account was opened in June 2022. After consulting with CAST SA, I was able to determine estimated locations from the 8458 phone from June 2022 to present, the time period authorized by the court. The records from 8458 phone shows the 8458 phone utilizing cellular resources that provided coverage to the area of 1122. The records of the 8458 phone show that the 8458 phone utilizing cellular resources that provided coverage to the area of 1122 King Road on at least 12 occasions prior to November 13, 2022. So it appears, guys, he's been there at least in the area 12 times using the same coverage. All of these occasions, except for one, occurred in the late evening hours and early morning hours of their respective days. Here they are. One of the occasions was on August 21st, 2022. The 8458 phone utilizes cellular resources providing coverage of the King Road residence from approximately 10:34 p.m. to 11:35 p.m. At approximately 11:37 p.m., Kohberger was stopped by the County Sheriff Deputy C.P.L. Duke, as mentioned above. The 8458 phone was utilizing cellular resources consistent with the location of the traffic stop during this time, Farm Road and Pullman Highway. Further analysis upon cellular data provided showed the 8458 phone utilized cellular resources on November 13th, 2022, consistent with the phone traveling from Pullman, Washington to Lewiston, Idaho via US Highway 195 at approximately 12:36 p.m. The 8458 phone utilized cellular resources that provided coverage to Kate's Cup of Joe coffee stand located at 810 Port Drive, Clarkston, Washington. Surveillance footage from the U.S. Chief store located at 820 Port Drive, Clarkston, Washington, adjacent from Kate's Cup of Joe, showed the white Elantra consistent with suspect vehicle drive past Kate's Cup of Joe, a time consistent with the data from 8458. You are kidding me. Oh my God. At approximately 12:46 p.m., the 8458 phone then utilized data in the area of the Albertson grocery store at 400 Bridge Street in Clarkston, Washington. Surveillance footage obtained from the Albertson showed Kohberger exit the white Elantra consistent with suspect vehicle 1 at approximately 12:49 p.m. Interior surveillance shows Kohberger walk through the store, purchase unknown item at the checkout, and leave at approximately 1:04 p.m. Kohberger's possible path of travel to depict below, not to scale. Additional analysis of records of 8458 phone indicate that between approximately 5:32 and 5:36 p.m., the 8458 phone utilized cellular resource that provided coverage to Johnson, Idaho. The 8458 phone then stopped reporting to the network for approximately 5:36 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. That is consistent with the 8458 phone being in the area of that of the 8458 phone traveled in the hours immediately followed the suspect time of the homicide occurred. On December 27th, 2022, Pennsylvania agents recovered the trash from Kohberger's family residence located in Albrightsville, Pennsylvania. The evidence was sent to the Ohio State Lab for testing. On December 28th, 2022, the Idaho State Lab reported that DNA profile obtained from the trash of the DNA profile obtained from the sheath, oh my God, which is what they found in the bed with one of the victims, identified as a male as not being excluded as the biological father of the suspect profile. Oh my God. Damn, they are good. At least 99.9998% of the male population would be expected to be excluded from the possibility of being the suspect's biological father. Based upon this information, I'm requesting an arrest warrant to be issued for Bryan C. Kohberger, date of birth 11/21/94, for burglary of the 1122 Street in Moscow, Idaho, and 4 counts of murder in the first degree for the murders of Madison Mogan, Kaylee Gonclaves, Xana Kernodle, and Ethan Chaplin. I declare under penalty of perjury, pursuant to the law of the state of Idaho, that the foregoing is true and correct. Affidavit. Yes, if I deserve a 1,000 fucking thumbs up right now. I never talk like this, but I like seriously today I do. I cannot believe speechless. He's toast. They were, I mean, standing ovation to the Idaho State Police, the FBI, the marshals, everyone in between. You could not have done better. I've lost my voice. I can hear it. I've already lost my voice. More documents in drive folder. They better read this self. Hold on. Let's see what we got. Give me a second, guys. Oh my God. Listen. I think they gave out $1 billion and $1 trillion gazillion times more than I ever thought. Didn't Kaylee work temp at that? Yes. Thank you, honey. I appreciate you. That's so sweet of you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I don't know where you're from, but God bless you wherever you are. Thank you. Very kind. If anyone else wants to donate, my throat would like it. I've never asked for a super chat in my life except for I never will again, probably. Hold on. Let me find this. Let me get this Google Drive. Guys, listen. Now we know. I'm about ready to cry. That is why the father said he didn't have to go up the stairs, in my opinion. That is why he didn't have to. That is why the parents, there was a rift between the two. That is why. Sad. These are people's lives. Okay, I see you. What else is there in there? 233. Oh, guys, thank you so much for the super chats. That's very kind of you. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. I really do. I don't know what I'm supposed to. Brian tweeted, okay, let's go there. Oh, fuck me. No bail for Kohberger, his attorney asked, but judge denied. Victim's family in front row crying when names were read. Crying when names were read. Next status hearing will be in 1 week. Those kids didn't have to die. They literally didn't have to die. That's, it's a tragedy that they did die, but they didn't have to. That's the thing. They did not have to die. Jen, that's exactly right. I can't imagine. This is the thing that I don't understand. And help me if I'm missing something wrong, because I read it. Maybe I'm just didn't comprehend it. I don't know, but she said she stood there petrified, right? And this guy goes past her and opens up the door, right? And she just goes to her bedroom and just goes to bed and wakes up at 11 the next morning or whatever time, and they're found dead. Is that what it is? Live court footage. Okay, let's go. Where can I watch it right now? I don't even know where the hell I can watch it. I don't even know what I'm doing. Let me go to Facebook. Just tell me where I can watch it, guys. So, who's playing it? Someone was alive if she was heard crying. Yeah. Okay. Shit. That's not it. Just try it like this. Burger. Just.
I don't want to say mercifully, but it's like this happened and people
We have left up Sam's comment on screen. We'll come back to some more #HJB, #HRobert questions and comments here in just a moment. But if you're just joining us here in the stream,
Hold on 1 second. I need it. The nation's death.
But on my Twitter account, @Look. And then on November 29th, a Washington State University.
Give me one. Let me look at the chat real quick. Court TV is live with court hearing. Okay. Go to court TV. See if they'll play it. Oh. Sorry, guys. I'm here we go. Is this Kohberger in court now? Look at him. Oh, it's like a fucking. Sorry. Here's the judge. It literally pisses me off. They knew they would. I have literally so many emails coming in. Like right now, it sounds like a lottery machine on my end. Okay. Just give me 1 second. Let me. I mean, will they strike me? Do they strike? I don't want to be struck by court GB. Okay, let me try this. Idaho 4 live. Thank you for your patience. Look, it's trending right now. Latest. Justice for Idaho 4. Everybody is freaking out. Okay, what is this? The official arrest warrant for Bryan Kohberger. Y'all want to see that? Probable cause. We'll go over that later. He's such an idiot. Notice of hearing, State versus Colger. We got that. All right, let me turn the phone line on. If y'all want to call in and just let me know how you're feeling about this, because I'm a mess. I don't know how you guys are, but I'm a freaking mess. And we'll find all that stuff in just a moment. What I'm looking for. Thank you all for your generous donations. Yes, you know, this is the thing, to be in such a person who is in, criminal justice. Oh, WFL, he doesn't. ICML wouldn't have a channel. Okay. Well, then we'll do that. That's good to know. I mean, WFLA. Videos. Let's go to WFLA then, where we was earlier. I just didn't want to be like struck. Okay, here we go. We're going to WFLA. Let's do it, do it. Let's do it, do it, do it. That's funny you said. Okay, here we go.
First, the word used to describe the
Why does it not let me go bigger? I don't understand that. Okay, just give me a second.
didn't stop to 911, and you're of course back in the stabbing.
I want to see like
or live saved or live saved,
That's
depending
true.
on what state the victims were in.
Right, because we don't know at this stage if they're deceased or if they are just significant critically injured, which is another great point. And
actually, there's
we
more
can
to the
read
roommate
this here in a
story.
second, but this paragraph
Okay.
opens up so many questions.
We'll go to
and
Bryan.
I want to start here by talking about the fact,
News
the first
Nation.
thing when I saw, shout out to Paige, your producer at News Nation, who tweeted out some details, and I was able to tweet out some of what she was reporting to when the arrest affidavit originally came out.
go to News
first
Nation.
came out. And if this was 2018, 2019, somebody walking around in a house with a mask on, let me read this again now. A mask over the person's mouth and nose. Now, a few years back, that would be extremely alarming. Somebody walking around in a house wearing.
Okay, here we go.
But was it a COVID mask? I mean, are we talking about your big?
We're going to Bryan Anton live.
Hold up.
know why everybody's coming down here. Oh, it's just the family leaving. I'm not gonna chase them. Sorry. Status hearing in a week. That's when they'll discuss the preliminary hearing. At the preliminary hearing, I don't know why people are chasing the family. At the preliminary hearing is when they'll make a plea. He'll make a plea of guilty or not guilty.
Oh, echo. Sorry.
So that's kind of the latest. Yeah, that's just the family leaving down there. I don't know why they're chasing the family like that. So I tweeted out the probable cause affidavit, and 19 pages, really detailed. DNA evidence connected Kohberger to the crime, as well as all the cell phone records. One of the roommates woke up during the attack, heard screaming, and saw someone in a mask. So definitely, if you've been following the case, read the 19 pages. It's just, I read it really fast on my phone while I was waiting to go into court. So I'm about to go print it out now and go through it word by word. But that's pretty much the update for now. We'll get the video of the hearing out pretty soon. But he was in a red jumpsuit. Basically, he just answered yes to the judge. I saw the sheriff when I was walking out. He said, so far, everything is normal in the jail with him. I asked him about the vegan diet because in Pennsylvania, they had to give him vegan food. And The judge said that they're going to, I mean, not the judge, the sheriff told me they're going to try to do that here too. He's like, we're not going to get like new pots and pans for the kitchen, but I did tell the kitchen staff, you know, to buy vegan food. It's a really small jail. It's just under the courthouse, not a lot of inmates. So, you know, they're trying to figure out how to deal with the situation too. So, all right, guys, I'm going to get off here. We'll try to get the video up from the hearing soon. Bye.
Okay, I'm back. So I'm going to, we're going to go over some of this again. We're going to go over some of this again. Some of the things that was said in this affidavit. And boy, was it damning. In my opinion, he better make a deal. In my opinion, if I was him. But I'm not a lawyer. I'm just a YouTuber, you know. So, yeah. So let's go over some of the things that was said in this document. It is a lot. And let me pull up some stuff here. Okay, how about that? Because I can't believe that nobody called the police. I just don't understand it. You know, it's beyond me that, you know, people would be so scared. You know, she said she was in fear of a guy going in with a mask with bushy eyebrows that she had never known, going through the sliding glass door, hearing weird things and not calling. That's what I don't understand. And I think that is exactly the reason why there is a lot of, you know, issues going on here. Let me show you a little bit of what the judge just said here. Maybe.
Death and imprisonment for life. Do you understand? Yes. 001, 4002, 4003, and 4004. And again, the maximum penalty for this offense, if you plead guilty or are found guilty, is up to death and imprisonment for life. Do you understand? Yes. And Mr. Kohberger, would you like to represent yourself, hire a lawyer, or see if you qualify for court-appointed counsel? I have a court-appointed counsel. Court has reviewed your application.
So we're just
001, 4002, 4003.
We'll play it one more time in case people are just coming in and didn't hear. Is there an echo? Let me know.
And 4004. And again, the maximum penalty for this offense, if you plead guilty or are found guilty, is up to death and imprisonment for life. Do you understand? Yes. And Mr.
Echo.
Kohberger,
Okay.
would you like to represent yourself, hire a lawyer, or see if you qualify for court-appointed counsel? I have a court-appointed counsel. Court has reviewed your application. 001, 4002, 4003, and 40.
Okay, I need to unmute myself there. Very crazy things coming out right now. I literally just can't. I'm just in shock, to be quite honest with you. Like, look at Chanley. She's like, fuck it, it's cold. It's she's over with it. She's like literally over with it. Moscow murders, Bryan Christopher Kohberger. They are all trending right now. And this is the most evil man. And now it kind of lets you know. Okay, here's this. This is something like a sheath that they were talking about. Laptop voice? What's laptop voice? I don't know what that means, laptop voice. Yeah, I think so. Explain again why he didn't have to go upstairs. In my opinion, I mean, the way I perceived it was like he didn't have to go upstairs like other people. And please, guys, listen. Yes, and nobody needs to trust me. The two kids that are there that are alive, you know, I'm just simply stating something. Yeah, they do not need to be attacked whatsoever at all for any reason ever. So we can't. You know, they're young adults. We don't know what was going through their heads at that exact time. I don't understand it. I mean, and I don't think a lot of us understand it, but we still don't know. We weren't there at that moment, right? And most of us have never went through anything like that. So I just, I want to say that, and everyone deals with trauma differently. That's absolutely true. So, we will learn more as things come out. Thank you all for your donations. It's very, very kind. I appreciate each and every single one of you. But going back to this knife sheath, look at this. It matches description in affidavit, according to TomTom here. And this person, I honestly, after reading this, I don't think for a million years, in my opinion alone, that this Bryan Kohberger has ever done anything else in his life. Nothing as pertains to murders, at least. He left the freaking knife sheath there. You know what I mean? Like, this guy literally studied crime. This is what he did for a living. He targeted someone on the third floor because he walked right by one of the survivors. Yes. That too. Yes. And I want to go over some of these things because it's very important. Second, so I can pull them up. Brown chicken, brown can. Jesus to goodness, if I could. Xana Kernoodle is also trending now. That's interesting. Affidavit. I'm trying to literally find. Okay, here we go. Maybe. God dang it. You know, we just don't know exactly, but I mean they have had this guy's car nearly from the freaking beginning, right? And they've known who he was. They have linked him up, like, in my opinion, stalking them several times. And it says the sheath was later processed as a K-bar, USMC, and the United States Marine Corps Eagle Globe and anchor stamped on the outside of it. The Idaho State Lab located a single source of male DNA suspect profile left at the button of the knife sheath. So this makes me wonder. He obviously would have worn gloves, right? I mean, we have to remember, like he would have obviously worn some gloves. Am I right? But did he not like clean it beforehand? Like, shouldn't Bryan know this stuff? You would think he would know this stuff. Let me show you. Like he says, the sheath was later processed and had K-bar, which is immediately, you know, I think they were putting these things out, these things with the K-bar and the car and everything, not giving it all the way away, but more for the killer, you know. And they were being very highly scrutinized, and it was unfair because they've always, I mean, they've just done a great job, and they kept it very close, and there was no leaks or anything else. And I give them, I mean, you got to give them absolute full credit, 1000%. The sheath was later processed and had K-bar, USMC, the United States Marine Corps Eagle Globe, and the anchor insignia stamped on at the outside of it. The Idaho State Lab later located a single source of male DNA, and the suspect profile, which means obviously Bryan, left on the button snap of the knife. He left it at the freaking crime scene. How do you, I mean, why? Why do you do that? On December 27th, these a lot of these reporters, they pull out the bullet points. So I'm going by the bullet points right now so we can discuss them. Let me make sure my phone is back on. Voice. And I would love to hear your thoughts on this. How you're, you know, what's your emotions on this right now? How are you? You know, is this more than you expected? It is above and beyond anything I ever expected. Anything I ever expected. 206, thank you for calling.
Hi there, this is Cassie Roku.
Hey, Cassie, how are you, hon?
I'm good. There was this lady on last night, and she is a forensic psychologist.
Uh-huh.
and she was on this channel, Lost Souls, something. Anyway, and she's a respectable channel, and she has this like psychology like analyst way of saying like a cherry on top FU, you know, to the professor, his professor. I want you to hear it because it's only like 2 minutes,
Okay.
but it makes perfect sense. I emailed it to you, and if you could just please listen to it because it makes perfect sense about it all.
Okay. And who is this saying this?
She's like a
Professor?
forensic psychologist,
Okay.
and it makes perfect sense of yes, he wanted to kill, but also what his goal was for the professor.
Okay. Marilyn, I don't know if his father was military, but I know he wanted Bryan in his yearbook. He wanted to be in the military. That was his dream. That was his goal. Oh, the pathologist. The pathologist.
No.
Okay.
No.
Can you email me the link?
I did.
Oh, you did. Okay. Okay. When did you email it?
No, the professor he was under, who he was teaching under. The one that wrote all the books.
The one that wrote. Oh, the one he studied under.
Yes.
Gotcha.
The woman that he studied under.
Uh-huh.
That wrote all the books for the serial killers that he was obsessed with.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay? It makes perfect sense if you just listen 2 minutes, and it makes perfect sense
Okay.
of his mind. Okay? It's 2 minutes.
Okay.
It will blow your mind. It will blow your mind.
Okay. We'll play it.
I wouldn't call you if it wasn't important.
Okay. What's your email, or what's your first?
It's Miser Cassie.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, I gotcha. Okay, and it's 2 minutes, you said?
Yeah, it's not very long at all.
Okay.
It's not very long at all.
All right.
Once you start talking, you'll know when it's over.
Okay, honey. Thank you so much.
Oh, please just listen to it. It'll blow your mind.
I will.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye-bye. Here is the thing. Really, one
I am going to
second.
go over the criminal complaint with you, and then we're going to discuss setting the matter for further hearing. You have the following rights. You have the right to remain silent.
It's
Anything
low.
you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to the presumption.
Let me know if you can hear it.
That means the state bears the burden to prove that you are guilty of this offense beyond a reasonable doubt. You have the right to a preliminary hearing. A preliminary hearing is a probable cause hearing. At that hearing, the state must establish that more likely than not, these felony offenses were committed and you were the one that committed the felony offenses. You have a right to have that hearing within 14 days if you remain in custody. If you are bound over at that preliminary hearing to district court, if the court finds probable cause, you would be bound over to district court. And at that time, you can enter a plea of not guilty, and you can have a jury trial set within 6 months of your appearance in district court. At both your preliminary hearing and your jury trial, you have the right to confront and question any evidence or witnesses called against you. Call witnesses on your own behalf and compel witnesses to be present and testify at the state's expense. You have the right to be represented by a lawyer. If you cannot afford one could be appointed to represent you based upon your financial need. You also have the right to appeal any conviction in your case. Do you understand these rights?
Yes.
I am now going to go over the criminal complaint with you. Count 1 of the criminal complaint charges you with the felony offense of burglary. It alleges that the defendant, Bryan C. Kohberger, on or about November 13th of 2022, in Latah County, state of Idaho, did unlawfully enter a residence located at 1122 King Road, Moscow, with the intent to commit the felony crime of murder in violation of Idaho Code 18-1401 and 1403. The maximum penalty for that offense, if you plead guilty or are found guilty, is not less than 1 year in prison, no more than 10 years in prison, and or a $50,000 fine or both. Do you understand?
Yes.
Count 2 alleges that you committed the felony offense of murder in the first degree. It alleges that the defendant, Bryan C. Kohberger, on or about November 13th, 2022, in Latah County, state of Idaho, did willfully, unlawfully, deliberately, with premeditation, and with malice aforethought, kill and murder Madison Mogan, a human being, by stabbing Madison Mogan, from which she died, in violation of Idaho Code 18-4001, 4002, 4003, and 4004. The maximum penalty for this offense, if you were to plead guilty or be found guilty, is death or imprisonment for life. Do you understand?
Yes.
Count 3 alleges that you committed the felony offense of murder in the first degree. It alleges that the defendant, Bryan C. Kohberger, on or about November 13th of 2022 in Latah County, state of Idaho, did willfully, unlawfully, deliberately, with premeditation, and with malice aforethought, kill and murder Kaylee Gonsalves, a human being, by stabbing Kaylee Gonsalves, from which she died, in violation of Idaho Code 18-4001, 4002, 4003, 4004. Again, the maximum penalty for that offense, if you plead guilty or are found guilty, is death and or imprisonment for life. Do you understand?
Yes.
Count 4 alleges that you committed the felony offense of murder in the first degree. It alleges that the defendant, Bryan C. Kohberger, on or about November 13th of 2022 in Latah County, Idaho, did willfully, unlawfully, deliberately, with premeditation, and with malice aforethought, kill and murder Xana Kernodle, a human being, by stabbing Xana Kernodle, from which she died, in violation of Idaho Code 18-4001, 4002, 4003, and 4004. Again, the maximum penalty for that offense, if you plead guilty or are found guilty, is up to death and or imprisonment for life. Do you understand?
Yes.
5 alleges that you committed the felony offense of murder in the first degree. It alleges that the defendant, Bryan C. Kohberger, on or about November 13th of 2022 in Latah County, state of Idaho, did willfully, unlawfully, deliberately, with premeditation, and with malice aforethought, kill and murder Ethan Chapin, a human being, by stabbing Ethan Chapin, from which he died, in violation of Idaho Codes 18-4001, 4002, 4003, and 4004. And again, the maximum penalty for this offense, if you plead guilty or are found guilty, is up to death and imprisonment for life. Do you understand?
Yes.
And Mr. Kohberger, would you like to represent yourself, hire a lawyer, or see if you qualify for court-appointed counsel?
I have court-appointed counsel.
Court has reviewed your application for attorney at public expense. I do find that you are indigent and do qualify for court-appointed counsel. I will appoint Ms. Taylor to represent you in this case. Ms. Taylor, have you had an opportunity to speak with Mr. Kohberger about speedy preliminary hearing and setting this matter?
Your Honor, I have. We would ask the court to set the status hearing in a week or two to make a final determination.
Okay. And Mr. Thompson, Ms. Jennings, are you in agreement with that?
That's fine with the state, Your Honor.
I will go ahead and set this matter for a status hearing then on the calendar on January 12th at 10 o'clock a.m. we will make sure notice is sent. And then, Ms. Taylor, do you wish to argue bail at this time?
Your Honor, I would like to ask the court to consider setting a bond. Mr. Kohberger right now is on a no bond hold, but it's a limited request as I don't have enough information. We are new to the case. We haven't reviewed very much in the way of information about the case, and we have just done our own work on the case. But we would want the court to know that Mr. Kohberger has a good handle that stands up to him.
And Mr. Thompson?
You know, the state's position is that Mr. Kohberger is not entitled to bond in this case. We can take the charges as is noted on the arrest warrant itself. Under Code 19-816, 19-2903, both specify that given potential penalties in this case, there's no right to bail. Defendant was arrested 3,000 miles away across the country, where his family is. We ask that he remain in custody. No bail.
At this point in time, pursuant to Idaho Criminal Rule 46B and Idaho Code 19-816 and 2903, I am going to leave the bail set at this case as no bail at this point in time until I have additional or further information at a later date and time. So with that, then Mr. Kohberger, you will be remanded in custody and remain in custody on the no bail pending further proceedings in this matter. Is there anything further in the case then for today, Mr. Thompson?
Yes, Your Honor. The state is asking for no contact orders for various family members deceased and also for the surviving roommates. I've spoken briefly with Ms. Taylor. She indicated there's no objection.
Ms. Taylor, is that correct?
That is correct, Your Honor.
So I will go ahead and issue those no contact orders. So I do have a no contact order then for the named individual of Dylan Mortensen, Bethany Funk, as well as the family members and Mr. Chapin, the family members of Ms. Kernodle, excuse me, yes, Mr. and Ms. Laramie, Mr. Mogan, Ms. Cheeley, and then a number of members of the Gonsalves family. Those specific names will certainly be provided to you, Mr. Kohberger, by way of being provided notice of these documents. You'll get a copy of these no contact orders. What you do need to be advised of and what will be in this no contact order is you are prohibited from having any contact with them whatsoever. You cannot contact them through a third person in writing or by any electronic means. You cannot Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter, Instagram, use the phone to communicate with them or otherwise any form of communication in direct or indirectly with them. You cannot engage in any conduct that would harass, stalk, threaten, use, attempt to use, or threaten to use any physical force or violence upon them or place them in reasonable fear of bodily injury. Cannot go within or knowingly remain within 300 feet of their person or their home, workplace, or any other place where they might be. There are no exceptions to these orders, and if you do violate these orders, it is a new misdemeanor offense. It is punishable by up to a year in jail and or a $1,000 fine or both. At this point in time, due to being in the magistrate's division here, at this juncture, I am going to issue the no contact orders for a period of 2 years. And then if it needs to be modified or changed by additional judge, it can be done so at that time. Is there anything further, Mr. Thompson?
No, Your Honor.
Anything further, Ms. Taylor?
No, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. We are adjourned.
This
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Just absolutely disgusting, in my opinion. He clearly wants. Hello, Camille.
Justin,
Yes. Hey, can you turn
that
up?
is him. That's him on that video you played.
I think so as well. Yes.
With the voice, I mean, you know how just monotone he was during that,
Yep.
you know, where he was explaining everything.
Yep.
His voice wasn't shaky. He's sitting there, you know, with 4 possible death sentences. Who the hell sits there that calm, not a shaky voice, just acts like he's there for a traffic ticket with 4 death sentences hanging over his head?
Yes, and I'll be honest with you, and someone just said this, I believe that he is going to give that lawyer a run for her money that our tax is paying for the but I think he is going to try to be the boss of everything, and he may even end up trying to represent himself, because the attorneys may just be like, this guy thinks he knows everything. He doesn't want to listen. You know what I mean? One of those.
Right. And did you say, was she the coroner,
Who?
the one that was representing him?
No. She's just the public.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just say, if it happened to be somebody mixed in there, they could recuse themselves if he gets too out of hand.
Yeah.
But I totally see that. He thinks that he is the smartest one. It's got to be why he's so cool, calm, and collected. He has a delusion in his mind that, you know, I mean, because he explained it all in chat. All those chats that we read, he described and explained it all. That was him. That was him on the video. In my opinion, I totally believe it.
Yep.
And it makes me sick that he had a Marine's knife when I have a cousin that enlisted when he was 18. He is still in the service and stationed right now. That is disrespectful as all hell.
Yep.
That really is like spitting in my face. I mean, this guy, he deserves to be brought through the ringer.
Yeah.
And I swear, I wish we could get the judge that did the Darrell Brooks case, because, honey, should just send him in another darn room, like he held up an injection sign or something. We need her. I mean, she was awesome.
Yeah, she was. She was awesome.
Yeah, I had to tell you that was him that we were watching on the video that you played. That was the voice. That was the calm voice. That was him. In my opinion, I believe that was him.
Yeah, it's pretty sad. Sounds like it. Yeah.
Yeah, it does. All right.
All right.
Well, that's my 2 cents. All right.
Thank you, dear. Love. 304.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay.
Hey, could you turn the background off?
Yeah. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
Is that better?
No, you just gotta completely turn off the background, the computer or whatever, and then just talk to me through the phone.
Okay, how's that?
Better. Thank you.
Okay. Somebody was wondering why he would leave that knife.
Uh-huh.
I think, or that sheath or whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
I think he left that because he wasn't expecting to get injured.
Well, I mean, we don't know if he was injured. Technically, we don't. I mean, we don't know at this point.
See, I didn't come into you reading the thing till page 8.
Right.
So I don't know what all it said. But
I think something happened that he thought he had to get out of there fast.
Well,
And I think he left
mhm.
it on accident.
This is the thing. I think he has fantasized about these types of things for years. But as we know, in those types, in situations, when we are in the moment and you have four people against one, and time is not on your side, obviously, and
Right.
rage and everything else, nothing ever goes as expected. Nothing
Right.
ever.
Exactly.
It never goes as expected, and things happen. This is life. You don't know what's happening all around you at once. So so I think that's the reason he just freaked out for some reason, whether someone, I don't know, someone screamed, and that freaked him out, and he's like, I got to get out of here.
Right.
But he really done himself in my opinion.
Well, he sure is pretty cocky about it.
Yes.
But, he reminds me, do you remember Jodi Arias?
Oh, of course. Yes.
Yeah. She had the same demeanor, the same attitude as him.
Mm-hmm.
And she lied and thought she could, she lied through the whole thing until, the prosecution, if she hadn't had the prosecution that she had,
Right.
she might have got away with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But anyway, another thing I was wanting to say is people are wanting to question why the other roommates didn't call the police or didn't do this or didn't do that.
Mm-hmm.
My opinion is it was a party house.
Mm-hmm.
People probably were coming and going all the time. And, somebody walks past you that you don't know, you probably don't question it because it's kind of like a fraternity house.
Mm-hmm.
Colleges, you go to parties, there's always people that you don't know there.
Yeah. Roxy, he did not leave the knife. He left the
camera in
the knife case. The knife case is what I'm talking about Bryan with this case, but I know what you're talking about. Jodi Arias, she left the camera in the dryer or the washer or something. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for calling. We appreciate it. Thank you for your input.
Okay. But make sure everybody doesn't give the survivors too hard a time.
No, they're kids. They're kids still, and we've never been in their position. We don't know.
And also, you have to remember, it was a Saturday night, and they were all out partying.
Yep, that's true. That's true.
So, they may have been.
That's a very good point.
Intoxicated and not.
Yes.
Very
good point. Well, thank you so much. I got to take some more calls. Thank you so much for calling. Please call back.
All righty.
Bye-bye.
All right.
510, thank you for calling.
Hey, Justin.
Hey.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he left that there. It almost seems like he wanted to get caught. He wanted to he wants to go through this. He wants a FaceTime. He wants just to be known. His life maybe was
in your opinion
over, like suicidal, and he just you know what, I'm gonna go out with a big bang. Just seems so strange to me, But you know what? I want to give you props for great content.
Thank you.
I feel actually shifted. I feel kind of queasy about the whole thing. And, great work. And
Thank you.
Everyone out there that wants to hate, you just recognize. So, peace.
Thank you, brother. God bless you. Take care. 786. Thank you for calling.
Hey, Justin.
Hello.
Great job. I spoke to you yesterday, but
thank you.
I had to download the entire affidavit. It was horrible on the phone, and man, they had this guy from the first week. They just couldn't nail them, but they were just following him everywhere. I don't know if you saw where they said he passed by about 12 times.
Yes. Well, 12 different instances that he has seen, been in the area, sharing the same towers that, you know, that 1122, the home of 1122 would have shared. So,
I was going to say something else with you. I said yesterday that I thought, I don't know if you heard about this, but the FBI did direct Indiana police to pull over. So they want
yes,
like video
of his hands.
And all that.
Yes.
Yeah, that's insane. I mean, hey, you know, the FBI can do what they want, but
Boy, they did a great job. Fantastic job.
Everybody was putting down all the, you know, everybody. Oh, Moscow PD.
I mean, a lot of people on big media really was, you know, a lot of commentators on big media was kind of being hard on him. So, Vet Girl, you make a great point. In my opinion, the sheath came off when he may have moved one of the girls maybe on the bed. I don't think he knew it fell off. Maybe whenever one was trying to get a, you know, one potentially was trying to get away or something like that, you know. So you just don't know.
Before I let you go, it's like everyone else said. Xana was probably the fighter there because they found her in the bathroom, right? Is that what they said?
Yes.
Yeah, it's insane.
Craziness. Well, thank
Anyway,
you.
Man, great show.
Thank you so much for calling. Thank you. Please call back. All right. Bye-bye. That's just a lot. I mean, we have so much to cover tonight. It is going to be crazy, actually. 254, thank you for calling.
Hi, Justin.
Hello.
I just wanted to make a comment about the surviving roommate.
Yes.
From what I understood, what you read, it was just one of them that was awake, right? Where she, you know, heard all this stuff.
Yes, from what I understand,
Okay,
yes.
it was one of them. Have you ever heard the saying that you've literally been scared to death?
Sure. Yeah.
Scared speechless?
Uh-huh.
Well, I think that's what happened there because everybody is different. Some people can handle stress better than others. And something traumatic like that happens, some people just cannot handle it. They just get so terrified.
Mm-hmm.
They just freeze.
It's
Like
called fight or flight. It's called fight or flight.
They can't move. They just want to go somewhere and hide. Just hide. He's coming to get me.
Mm-hmm.
He's coming to get me.
Yep.
She get back in her room supposedly and lock the door. And that's probably what happened is she was just so scared. She was like, he's coming to get me. He's coming to get me. I've got to hide. Mm-hmm. You know, she just was terrified. And she didn't know if there was someone else. There may have been more than one.
Right.
So I think her heart, you know, your heart races so fast when you're scared. Mm-hmm. I think she might have passed out from fear. Just probably passed out.
Yes.
It's just paralyzed by fear. And I don't know if this girl had been out that night, it drank some, maybe had a few drinks. You know, there could be a lot of contributors there.
Definitely.
But yeah, I can see that because when I notice when you get shocked or afraid, you put your hands over your mouth.
Yep.
I did the same thing.
Yeah.
Because you just sort of yeah.
Yes.
It's like you can't breathe. It's like what? So.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, when I was reading,
I really feel sorry for her. I feel so sorry for her because she couldn't have went out there. He would have killed her too. She couldn't have saved the other ones. He would have killed her.
Whenever I
mean, there's nothing literally she could have done but call 911, which she didn't because she just was so terrified. She didn't know what to do. She just was terrified.
Right.
And I would have been too.
Sure.
I would have been too, literally. I mean, I wouldn't have made it back in my room. Probably.
Thank you, Frank.
Passed out right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, because your heart is racing so fast. and you're just so afraid. You're just so afraid. And you think he's coming back to get me. He's coming back to get me.
That's a good
You know,
point.
you
That girl, she saw a man, and she said, a man with a mask, terrifying. When he walked past her, I wonder why he left an eyewitness. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know. He didn't have time, or maybe he was afraid the other one would wake up if
Who
he started
knows?
messing with this one.
It just goes to that thing where we even though we have this, we weren't in that situation,
No.
right?
And
So
everybody reacts differently.
precisely,
Everybody
yes,
does.
yeah,
You know, some people can handle it, and some people can't. Some
yeah,
people can run away screaming. Some people can't.
yeah. Well, thank you so much for
So I
calling.
just wanted-
Thank you so
Okay,
much, my
all
dear.
right.
Appreciate it.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye. 407. Thank you for calling.
You should have called, please.
What's that?
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Good.
She should have called the police. She should have dialed 911.
You think so?
Yes, definitely.
Okay. Well, I mean, you're definitely entitled to your opinion. I mean, I hear what you're saying. You know, I mean,
There's absolutely no excuse. You should have called 911. They needed help. They were whimpering, crying, and you're going to go to sleep. Human beings need you, and you're just going to go to sleep? Seriously? No excuse for that.
I understand.
She could have dialed 911. She didn't want to talk, set the phone down. They would have made it there.
Yeah.
You know, these are people. They were screaming, and she opened the door 3 times.
Yes.
3 times? No. No excuse for her.
She did open the door 3 times. Yeah.
And the parents. Could you imagine what the parents are going through today? Oh, you know, having to hear that.
I can't.
That she actually heard things.
Yeah.
And didn't even dial 911.
Yeah. Yeah, but you know, just saying makes a good point. She's young, and she was intoxicated. You know,
She was intoxicated, but everybody knows, you know.
Maybe she passed out.
Dial 911. Yeah, probably.
So
That's sad.
yeah. Well, thank you so much for voicing your opinion. We appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, guys, I am going to turn off the phone. I'm sorry, caller. I actually have to go pick up my children. I will be back later tonight, probably around 6 or 7. I'll be back around tonight. I'm going to go collect my thoughts. I'm going to go get my kids, and we are going to do some homework and decompress a little bit. So she does need a ton of support. She's going to need a ton of support. You're absolutely right. Thank you, Court. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, September. Good seeing you all. God bless each and every one of you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the donations, the thumbs up, your support, supporting the family of the Idaho of the victims. Appreciate you all. God bless each and every one of you, and go decompress yourself. You know, in true crime, there's only so much someone can take. you gotta decompress sometimes, even if it's just for 30 minutes. Decompress a little bit. Love you all. God bless. We'll see you in a little bit. Bye bye.